Welcome to Rugby Chat for yet another year. Welcome to ODT Express Rugby Chat. Now we thought we'd make a change tonight. We're up in the home of the Mornington town. Being the fact that Spate sponsored the show, we thought we'd come up to one of the solid Spate clubs in Dunedin, Mike Kerr, who knows everything about sponsorship. He told me that we had to come here. Any real reason why we had to come here? Is that the real reason?
Spate sponsors the show, maybe, so we should get it around a few of the different outlets around town.
And we've also got Big Joe Wheeler alongside. Now, Joe Wheeler is now out of a job, we all understand. So Joey, so the knee no good?
No good, sir. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be 8 to 10 weeks on the sidelines, which is obviously not ideal coming into the business end, but part of footy really. So,
mate, I had you lined up for the All Blacks this year. I thought we had you that close. So is there an operation or is it just a rehab?
No, thankfully there's no operation needed. Meniscus is all good. When you saw the surgeon last night, he thinks 10 weeks rehab under the tutelage of Adam Letts at the Highlanders should be good to go.
So that means you'll be back playing NPC, I presume, for the mighty Tasman side?
Yep, back up with the Marcos, so looking forward to that and exciting times for that. So yeah, just get over this hump and then look forward to hooking my teeth into the ITM Cup stuff.
Right, mate, we better move on. We've got the ODT Express competition on tomorrow night at the Greenhouse at the half-time break. So mate, 12k with it, right?
It's a little bit of controversy last year, but I think that's just made it more exciting. So I think we've got great uptake from the town clubs. We've got a few good country teams entering as well, which we'll go into in a wee bit. But I thought right at the back we'd go through a few of the prizes and let them
go. Well, mate, let's talk about the prizes. I understand that Dunedin Rugby Club's getting quite a bit out of this because I've heard we're going to win. So let's just run through what the club wins first. That's probably more important from the club perspective.
Yep. So the club wins a Spate shout. So Spates will come out and shout the whole club.
So Snow, that'll cost them a fortune.
Yeah, I'd say it costs them
2-3 grand at least.
Yeah, good couple of kegs. Gilbert are throwing a few rugby balls in there, 30 for the club for training. Placemakers are going to throw a new barbecue or tools to the value of $500, so that's good stuff. And Harbour Fish are throwing in 20 dozen bluff oysters. And then we go into the runners. We've got 2 runners this year. We've got
100. So we've got 100 kg forward, over 100 kg forward.
Over 100.
Are you over 100 kg? Just. And under 100 kg back.
And we'll be weighing them in. Anyone who does
official weigh-in
pre-match.
True test scales.
True test scale. Well, that is a cheap play.
True test scale.
That is a cheap play.
Yeah. So there'll be an iPad each for both of the runners.
Yep.
iPad each. They'll be getting $100 fuel vouchers from Challenge, $250 each from Sterling Sport, and obviously the bragging rights of being the fastest in town.
Well, mate, so it's well worth winning. I mean, Joe, even you as one of the highest paid professional athletes in New Zealand, if you were on both these, you'd be good to go on this.
Yeah, you're right. I'd back myself probably, but I've never been the quickest in terms of short distance, but I understand. I'd say from previous years it's a little bit longer and probably some obstacles. So
there's obstacles and a real element of skill to finish. Can't say too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to give it away, but I'm excited about watching. Obviously, it's going to be my first.
We're going to have you. I'm going to have him under the post as one of our official adjudicators.
Yeah, could be a nice start.
Right, so let's talk about. So Mike, you're saying we've got 13 teams. All the town clubs are in.
Yep.
And we've got 3 teams from South Otago, the Crescent Boys, the Clutha Boys, and the something else.
Clutha Valley.
And Clutha Valley?
Yep.
That's very confusing, they need to change the name.
Yeah, so Crescent had a bit of an injury scare on Tuesday night, so they're doing a bit of a reselection process there, so no names from them yet, but they assure me they will be running.
Yeah, but mate, they're all shearers and musterers, and I can assure them there's no sheep involved.
No, and I think Duck shooting's hit us in the pocket a wee bit this year, being here with the country clubs, but that's understandable.
Okay, let's talk about, because I've done some...
I heard actually Andrew Ward's coming out of retirement for this one.
Yeah, that's only a rumour. It's only a rumour because there's no fighting, there's no biting, there's no kicking and gouging.
It could be one of the elements, I think. Yeah, maybe
we'll just throw that in.
Maybe something to look at.
We might have to rework it. So look, Mike, I've got the big ODT column going tomorrow, and I've done a point spread, and I've got I've just worked quickly through these. I've had a quick look at it, and I've got Southern, Tyree, AU, and Pike at 6 to 1. I might be wrong, Mike, but I've got Southern and Tyree, AU, and Pike at 6 to 1. But I've got the 3 South Otago sides at 100 to 1.
I'll share them off 1,000. come and run that night.
Never underestimate a shearer.
Yeah, big engines.
Well, I mean,
Let your peer.
whilst we're talking about shearers, I think we've got to pay tribute to the big man himself, David Fagan. He's retired.
Oh, jeez.
Is he,
What a sad day.
Why has he not been knighted?
Knighted. Yeah, I agree. No, get on it.
One massive arm on it.
I've met
seen one arm.
Yeah,
It's like Roger Federer.
Look, I met the man at the Belpooth Shearing Champs a few years ago.
Come on, mate.
What an absolute legend he is. Anyway, we better move on. So, Mike, back to this. So, look, there must be some guys that you're looking at.
I've got a bolter in here. Right, Bonza, Malaysian international representative, flying us straight at Harbour in the 3rd grade.
Yeah,
and going really well.
But can you pronounce his name?
No, I can't at all.
Look, shout out to me because I'm a commentator. Bonza Gemaludin. We know we've got some fast kids. We know that we've got that Matt Jones can go like a cut cat from Lycra.
Yeah, no, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing the boy from Ty from the Lambert Union. He's the fastest guy over 100 clicks in town.
Yeah, but that's only come from Supercoach 2, and he's got no idea.
Little Jimmy, no, I'm hearing that, and also I see Guy Woodhouse, a New Zealand representative sprinter from the Sharks.
Oh mate, he smokes, but he can't catch.
Limited skills.
And he will trip over his own feet 3 or 4 times.
Literally smokes, or
He literally smokes. Whilst running.
Wow.
So who else have we got? And then there's got to be some big guys we can focus on.
I'm surprised to see Blair Tweed running.
Hasn't he broken both legs?
Yeah, well, he hasn't run right since the Big Show. About PJ Park.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the Big Show. It's not really about the Big Show. What about, we've got Big Harmer Tommy from Dunedin. There's no fights, there's no tackling.
Yeah, well,
What's he doing?
could be. I'm guessing there's going to be a wee bit of contact.
Right.
Tomorrow night, with the way the race is going to go, there could be a bit of rough stuff in there.
Well, after last year's controversy,
Well,
surely it's got to come back.
Well, I think there was no controversy. I mean, let's be honest, the judge's decision was final, and I was the judge. And as far as I was concerned, Mahino jumped up and down, but their kid cheated.
Yeah, no, fair call.
Yeah. But I was a wee bit concerned.
Evade pads, go around the contact.
I was a wee bit concerned with the amount of aggression that the Highlanders dirties put into the boys when they were running out of the post.
Obviously, a little bit of frustration.
Just didn't make the team.
Yeah, I understand it.
Right. So who are you picking right here, right now?
Aroni Satutu. He's been in the top 3 the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He gets a good start, gets a good run off Ryan Thompson from Southern. I reckon he could go good.
So you reckon Southern? What about you? What about your Lambert Union boys?
I'm hard up there, no matter who's there, but I am interested in the Amaja from Harbour.
Yeah.
Well, we've
been sent a letter or an email this afternoon.
Yeah.
I think it's quite important to read that email. It's come through from the Quaker Rugby Club. They've received an email from a Dunedin official earlier on in the season. I'd like to take time to read that right now.
Well, we haven't got ours.
Let's go. Hi Graham and Donald. Just touching base to see if there's been any further developments re the takeover by Quaker of the Sharks. It would seem to me that progress on this is getting more and more urgent. The Sharks have only won 4 from 4 and their supporters are disappointed they have not maximised their points in the competition.
We'll stop you there because this is covered, by the way, in the ODT tomorrow. We're pulling no punches with the man that did this. Scurrilous act from a high up member of the Dunedin Rugby Club, and full marks to Cock for winning that game. So look, back to you, Joe. You've got the big game tomorrow. Highlanders-Sharks, you're not playing. Who's sticking in for you for a start?
Reddish and Franklin are in the lock.
Well, we lose nothing there.
No, nothing. Good, probably actually gain a bit.
So you've got, I see we made a couple of changes in loose. You brought the angry man back in on the blind side of the scrum.
Yes, yeah, no, it's he played bloody well last week.
And you've got the Northland Surfer on the open side.
He's a great looking man.
He's a great looking man.
Yeah, I mean, his dad's a professor, believe it or not. You wouldn't think so looking at him, but
yeah, but that's possibly why he's marrying a doctor.
Yes, correct. So no, they'll go well, I reckon, and exciting combination those two together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And Mike, just to bring you back in, I hear you've got an exciting development apart from the rig race at half time. It's free entry for all the little kids in the zoo.
Yeah,
talk me through it.
So Vodafone X, one of our commercial partners that comes to the party. The zoo wasn't going to be open. It was one of these games where it was scheduled not to be open this year, but yeah, they've come in and stumped up 4,000 tickets. Not a bad deal to do on a Tuesday afternoon PD, just quietly. But
so how much are you getting out of that? You're on a 25% still?
Can't say, but we're just thrilled that we can get
25%, Joe? It's not bad. It's not bad.
Get a good
Highest paid. You're the second highest paid man in Dunedin.
Ben Smith being the highest.
Ben Smith and you been the highest.
Yeah, more so for the Zoo creates so much atmosphere in the stadium, and it's a real point of difference for our stadium.
So what sort of you won't know about take up like if you just do the varsity shooters just turn up.
Yeah, well, it's quite an interesting process actually. It's purely through social media. It's an event that
I don't know what that is.
We've seen people joining it at the moment. There's 2,000 people who have said we're coming along. So hey, that's fantastic. That's 2,000 more students than we were going to have there. So you know, we see it as something that really helps our team. And it's a real point of difference for us in world sport.
Okay, I think he's doing a really good job tonight because the last time Mike Kerr was on the show, he ran Rugby Chat,
and I must say,
and the viewers dropped, and we had to edit for the first time ever.
I disagree. I think
thought it was good?
fine, probably on stats wise. If you look on YouTube, I think his show was higher rating than yours.
I watched it from China, and even the little Chinese people walking down the street were going, "Is that the worst TV you've ever seen?"
I was actually
in Chinese.
Captivated by Mike's approach, and while we're on this, it's professionalism. Mike was so professional, and tonight, me and Mike were waiting here for half an hour for you to turn up. I mean, what sort of shit are you running?
I said here to be here.
Time's precious. Obviously, Mike's on 25% commission, mate. You can't afford that.
I hate to be, well, he's going to get, and he's even getting kickbacks from Murdoch here at the Mornington. Right, boys, there's a couple of things we need to quickly talk about, so we'll come back to these in a minute, but we need to quickly talk about look, we've got to quickly run through the Form 15, much to your horror, Mike. Look, we haven't got the teams here. We are going to make some changes. Matt Vaddis is gone. Ty Walton comes in the second five. Josh Gordon's gone from Southern, from the winger. He's been replaced by Marcus Sharp. I've never heard of him from Harbour. Josh Casey had a shocker idea for the Eels against Southern. He's gone. Stephen Fenimore from Varsity comes in. Cade Whiting's away on some Japanese tour. Josh Walton comes in from Southern at halfback. Alex Fitzgerald, the Dunedin Open side, gone. Johnny Appleby comes in from Kaikoura, outstanding display on the weekend. Sam Stu just gone. Lockie Landell from Kaikoura. He's come in. Boys, we better quickly talk about the games this weekend. Well, considering where they are on the table, not surprising. So we'll start. We've got some big games this weekend. We'll start with you, Joe. You're a big fan of club rugby in town, big AU man. We'll start with Dunedin Pirates.
Obviously, Pirates have been struggling, but Big Craig Willis, been carrying Willis back. I understand Seds is some form.
He's coming good.
Yeah,
so you're taking Pirates?
I'm going to go with Dunedin.
Go with the Sharks. Sharks. Mike, the Eels, they're home to the mighty AU.
Yeah, no, Eels.
Eels too good. What about, but you're an AU man?
Yeah, I know.
And I hear Shane Christie. Is it Shane Christie?
Actually, no, I'm going to retract on that comment. I'm going AU purely on Shane Christie.
It's all about Shane Christie.
Yeah, and I heard also that Peter Greenwald made his appearance. So
first time this year, AU.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Kurt Baker might show as well.
Well, who knows? He'll be playing for the
Big game.
So, yeah.
Righto, so we'll stay with you, Southern Zingaree. Southern unbeaten all year.
Yeah, they don't have Joe Leonard, Southern too good. I mean, Tay's been outstanding, I believe.
Yeah, he's going good.
Captain. And also single. So
still single?
Yeah, I mean, good band too. So yeah,
you going Southern? Yeah, Southern. Varsity Kite. That's probably the toughest game in the round. But I'm hearing the word on the street. But the word on the street is for Varsity. The wee Jeremy Allworth on the bench, and there was talk they may have asked. And there is talk they've actually asked Fisher. They've asked Fisher to come out of retirement and reserve for them. You're still stuck with Kite?
Yeah, I'll go with Kite.
And the last game we've got Harbour GI.
too big a check.
Right, too big a check. Well, we're running out of time, boys. We better just finish on this thing. So look, tomorrow night, it's a 7:35 kick-off. It's the Highlanders' last game, unless they get a playoff game tonight, which is still a possibility. So it's Highlanders-Sharks. Now look, I think we win this game. You can actually say it now because you're not playing. We're definitely 13 plus, sure.
I think if we get parity up front, massive game for us. Obviously, we took them up last year over in Dunedin, so it's going to be an exciting challenge. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of 30 plus as well.
So, Mike, now just talking about crowd numbers, what are we staring at? We were hoping to get sort of 12 plus. We're still looking at that.
Yeah, We're actually pleasantly surprised with how the sales are going this week. It's been a bit of a great week, and the first one was snapping wins and stuff. But yeah, people are pretty excited about the Landers, how we're tracking this year. So yeah, it's good.
So you got Landers 13 plus?
Yeah.
Right, you heard it here first from deep in the bowels of the public bar of the Mornington Tavern. Thanks to Murdoch, we might have another couple of beers. We might even get Joey off the raspberry and coke, the big blouse, and on to a beer shortly. But just remember this, big game tomorrow night. Highlanders playing the Sharks. Highlanders win 13 plus, and in the big game on Saturday, Varsity up against Kaikorai. I'm going for a draw, and we'll talk to you again next week.